Before I start, thank you very much for 100 subscribers. I know that's a lot. No, it's actually a lot for me. Thank you very much. Anyway, I've decided to make like a bunch of videos about different YouTube channels and different like communities they have. This is going to be the first one, obviously. Enjoy. SML, or Super Mario Logan, has to be one of the weirdest subcultures of YouTube. Only thing weirder being like hell of a boss.
You fucking filming us right now?
Apparently it was a lot of people's childhoods. I wouldn't know, to be honest. I was too busy watching stuff like this.
You've been using deodorant, haven't you?
On the surface, it just looks like a regular channel, but then you dig deep into like the community, the fan base, the people working behind it, and it's quite intriguing. Now to the 2 or 3 of you asking, what's an SML? I brought my good friend Gal EXE to explain in detail what it is and the intricacies of SML. Take it away. Mario, please! And that's all you need to know. Now, SML's been going on for quite a while, but I've only been watching it since last year when the hit video Jeffy's Skibbity Toilet came up on my feed.
Skibbity bop bop, yeah!
I was always aware of who Jeffy was because around YouTube there was like whole mass warnings, and I think my parents got involved with my younger brothers warning him about him. Jeffy is, some would say, the main character of SML. There's quite a few main characters really. A lot of them are based off of characters from certain IPs, but they do have a few original character puppets like Jeffy, for example, and the GOAT Brooklyn guy. Anyway, from then on, YouTube just started recommending every single SML video. I was recommended all the new ones, all the old ones, and my initial reaction is, I just find them great. To be honest, I think I'm a bit too old for the age range of people watching, but I find it very funny and honestly a guilty pleasure. They encapsulate internet humour very well, in the sense that it's very immature, and it's got a very childish sort of flair to it. Then they just say like the most inappropriate joke ever, and it's very funny. I love it. It's a lot like South Park in a way. And they come up with stuff like this 3 times every week. It's honestly quite jarring. This is not like a Darman scale of business, which I hate Darman, by the way. I'll probably make a video on that. They've only got a small little crew, and they're cranking out videos 3 times a week. It's honestly quite impressive. But moving back to like videos as a whole and the characters, out of all the videos I've seen in SML, I don't think there's one that I actually dislike. There are a few that I don't find funny, but like overall I don't dislike it because of it. All the characters are fun to watch, whether it's funny or not. Some characters can get a bit overwhelming at times, but it's nothing too bad. Like with these characters, they're meant to be overwhelming, I guess. I should probably quickly go through some of the characters so that people know who they are. If you know these characters, just skip ahead. If you don't, then. So there's 2 sort of main trios in SML. The first one is basically just the SML colour scheme. It's Rose, Marvin, and Jeffy. Marvin and Rose are Jeffy's mum and dad, and they used to be Mario and Rosalina. But there was a whole cease and desist thing that I'll cover later on in the video. Anyway, the other trio is Junior, Joseph, and Cody. Junior's a spoilt dumb one, Cody's a smart gay one, and then Joseph is just the poor dumb one. And they used to be Mario characters as well. And there's also here and there characters like Bowser or Braxton, Junior's dad, Chef Pee-Pee. I love that name. He's the SML house's personal chef, I guess. Goodman, who's meant to be a rich arsehole.
You're not allowed to use your hands, only your mouth. Alright, I'll see you later. Alright, that was my side chick. Now for your...
Then there's my personal favourite, Brooklyn guy. He plays a token role of having every single job. And in my opinion, he has the funniest jokes in the series.
Phone's always ready. You're going nowhere. I got you in here for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. Oh my god, you...
Then there's also Black Yoshi, or Dougie as he's called now. If you can't tell, he's just a black stereotype. There's more characters, but I don't want to go through all of them, so I'll just put a bunch of them that I forgot on screen right now. They're all hilarious characters and bounce off each other so well. So overall for the videos, in my opinion, the SML channel is just a stupid little bit of fun, and I love it. If you like internet humour, dark humour, or even childish humour, it's a great thing to just put on, turn your brain off for a bit, and enjoy. I was going to put this section under videos, but I have quite a bit to say about the behind the scenes of SML, so... Now, the behind the scenes for SML actually seems quite strange, and not in a bad way at all. In this circumstance, strange means unexpected. Nobody there really has a script. Now, from what I can tell, videos are sort of made, not on the spot, but it's sort of... They come up with an idea, and they all roll with it together, and they all come up with their own jokes, and they all come up with their own sort of stuff. The entire atmosphere, honestly, looks like a great place to work. The crew consists of Logan. He's the main brain behind it all. His name is literally in the channel, SML, Super Mario Logan. From what I can tell from his vlogs, he seems too nice for his own good, honestly. There was a point in the channel's history where fans kept coming to his house, and he kept letting them in. He could give him puppets and plushes away, and yeah, he seems like a very nice bloke. Then there's Lance, Logan's brother, and I think they've both been doing the channel since they were 13 odd.
Dark matter in my shorts.
What?
Dark matter in my shorts.
He has the most recognisable sort of SML voices, I would say. I mean, to be fair, he is the voice of Jeffy, so he too seems really nice, sort of like a smart and humble bloke. Then we have Lavelle. He too is a great voice actor. I honestly listen to his music all the time, Lord Shredder. It's funny because I heard of that song Anesthesia before I heard of SML, so anyway, Lavelle seems chill. I've been to a few of his streams. He's a very chill guy. Then there's Chris / Poobie. He's a great voice actor and apparently very efficient according to the crew. He seems like that one friend at school that nobody has a problem with, and he seems really sweet.
Every day is Taco Tuesday.
Then there's Elena. She basically voices all the girl characters of SML. And she's a very good voice actor as well. She seems really sweet and full of energy and just really nice. Then finally, I guess, there's Anthony. He's good at doing like popular voices. He seems really nice. I think he just had a baby. I forgot to mention there's also Will. I think he doesn't voice any characters. He's only in the human skits. I just realised I said they're all good voice actors, and that's because they are. I'm genuinely surprised I haven't seen their names in other works, because they really could do that. But then again, as I said, SML's a very strange way of filming. As I said, being a voice actor for SML seems like a great place to work, really. There's also a bunch of people that help out with SML, like Tito, Chili, Audrey. They all seem like genuine, proper people, you know? Logan does daily vlogs on the Chili channel, and they're pretty decent. He explains things about SML behind the scenes. Lance has a channel as well, going into, like, behind the scenes of SML. I'll probably get people asking me to cover this in the comments, but I'll quickly say right now, every now and then there's, like, little bits of drama, specifically with, like, Logan and Chili. And so to sum up everything in that is, it's none of my business. And quite frankly, it's nobody's business, really. That's all I'm going to say about that. I briefly mentioned before that SML got a cease and desist from Nintendo. It seems for years that SML's been fucked over by YouTube, Nintendo, and a bunch of other different sort of companies because they make adult content that appears childlike, which kind of get for advertisers, but even still, it's silly. There are people out there who've used like Mario and other sort of Nintendo properties in much worse ways, and I mean, take a look at the Pokemon shit, Jesus.
We're going to be talking about the idea of wanting two characters or people to get together into a romantic relationship because you think they should. And in this specific case, we're talking about 10-year-old fictional Pokemon trainers.
This was years ago, by the way. It's all good now, apparently. There's also a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that I could mention. This guy called Zeke, who helped out with SML when they were kids, was ghosted, I think, by Logan.
Hey, that's my shoulder. What?
There's a lot of stuff with the cast members that are kind of weird, but as I said, it's none of my business. It's nobody else's business, so I'm just not going to talk about it. Now, when I say strange corner of YouTube, this is exactly what I mean. The SML community is filled with a bunch of interesting individuals, I'd say. And when I say interesting, I mean they're either casual watchers, drama whores, or pedophiles. I also forgot to mention the critics, but I'll put them under drama whores. I won't dwell too much on casual watchers because they're the most normal out of the three. If you've watched an SML video or liked it in any context, I'd put you in that sort of category. I'd put myself in this category as well, even though I wouldn't say I'm part of the community. They've probably made a video or two on SML as well, if they're channels. For example, Chazington I put as a casual viewer. I love his Content Farms episode on SML, so I'll put it in the description. Dark Grey as well. He's made a video as well about the other parts of the community, as well as one of the channels that I'll mention later. I'll link his latest video. I'd also put Gal EXE here. He's never made a video on SML, but he's made a lot of videos on One Piece, so I'll link his channel as well. Finally, I put Math Dominus here. He's a lot more of a fan than the people I just mentioned, since he's made 2 SML movies. Jesus Christ. I'd only put him here though because he's a lot more chill than other people I'm going to mention. Now, you know, some of these people are really strange, unless you think they are, then it's your opinion. But everyone I mentioned and their communities, they're all very level-headed people and are aware that SML is just a bunch of people playing with puppets for a living. Some of who I mentioned may have their criticisms of SML, I guess because they were watching for a long time and have become sort of cynical about it, but they don't take it too seriously. Now on to the stranger ones. The drama whores of SML are basically the people who grown accustomed to a little bit of drama. I'm also putting SML critics in this category because even though they're separate categories, I find them both very strange. They have the same sort of level of strangeness. And while I'm going to be harsh, I think it's important to mention that a lot of these people are kids, so they'll just either grow out of it or become the people I'm about to talk about. Now, the drama channels I've seen report and spread quote-unquote drama in the SML cast, or just start drama between themselves. And while they're not all accounts dedicated to making drama, they're all mostly critics and SML reviewers, I guess. I'll get on to critics in a sec, but if you're that deeply interested in someone else's personal life, that you make a video or just overall spread information about their personal lives, that is strange. That is a very strange thing to do, honestly. I guess you could say that celebrities are public people and they can't have a personal life, but I disagree with that, honestly. Caring that much about someone you don't know personally is just a bit silly to me. That point extends to the critics as well. The SML critic channels I've seen seem to just cover a lot of SML drama, or they get drama themselves. And I find these critics, their infatuation with SML very odd, especially since how much these SML critics hate him. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing weird about having obsessions. I think everyone has had an obsession at least once. In my opinion, there are good obsessions and there's bad obsessions. Good obsessions are people who take the things that they really like and showcase them in a healthy way. It could be as little as something like putting a poster up or writing about the material. Math Dominus does this with his Super Mario Logo movie. Cable 10, another channel that also does it. Both of them are big SML fans and they make great parody content. Now, having a bad obsession, they honestly do a lot of the same things that people with good obsessions do, but they're very toxic about it. A lot of them gatekeep the material. They're also very cynical to any change, really. This could not be more prevalent with these SML critics' hatred of Jeffy. Jeffy is public enemy number one in the SML critics' eyes, and while he's got his problems, I think it's very far-fetched to, hate on this character in the manner that they do. This is all very old news, though. I'm very late to the party with this. But either way, the subject of Jeffy, and maybe in nowadays Brooklyn guy, he's hated for being the filler character, is a prime example of why I find the SML community so strange. It's quite funny. Literal wars have been fought on the Jeffy puppet, which branches out to my statement why SML is a really strange corner of YouTube. It's just, they're all very strongly opinioned. If you say anything a bit too outlandish, then there's a good chance you might get a video made about you by one of these people. Then things will be insinuated as drama, and it's a whole thing. I think the most prevalent channel in this sort of regard is Puddler Pizza. He seems to be a rock band channel, but all the videos he does regarding SML is drama. Now, I'm not sure why. I'm still very new to this, as you can all tell, but I think maybe just because he's got a lot of friends in the SML community. He's not in SML himself. Plus, he hasn't made SML content in ages, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't know why he does SML drama videos, because his rock band videos are actually good. Other channels here include CK Rants, which, to be honest, I kind of like. He's very funny. Then there's also SML Continuity. Then there's sort of an array of other channels who don't get much subscribers, but they cover drama. I'll also throw some content farms in this subcategory, since they're very strange on their own. SML YTP and Jeffy's Universe in particular. I'm not going to explain why, just look up Chessington's vid on SML content farms. You have all the information there. Overall, these are strange channels. They're not too strange. I think every sort of community has these. Just overall very weird. SML, for some reason, is a breeding ground for pedophiles.
Did you know that I have 100 kids in my basement?
And the amount of SML fans outed as this is quite shocking, honestly. Even someone who was going to potentially be part of the SML crew was a pedophile. By that, I mean EDP445, the cupcake god himself.
What are you doing here, bub?
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home.
Oh yeah? Likely story. You're coming with me.
A few fans as well, the SMR, Ray Rants, Aquatic Neptune. Honestly, I could go on. Check out Dark Ray's video on it, I'll link it. Some of them are a big fan of Lollycon. For those that don't know, Lolly is CP, but a drawing, according to some people, it's okay because it doesn't have actual children involved. No, you're still looking at children, and it's disgusting. And with that, 50% of the SML community is dislike my video. But I don't care, my point still stands. These people are definitely the strangest part of the community. As a whole, the SML community would be a lot less stranger if they didn't have this category in. A lot less stranger. But apparently it's a big chunk of the fan base, which is... I honestly feel kind of bad for the people that actually are casual fans of the community to deal with this lot. Which brings me on to the last segment of the video. Dub H Dude, I'd say, is SML's biggest rival. If Logan was Batman, he'd be Joker. If Logan was Invincible, he'd be Armstrong Levi.
I need to make him pay! I won't rest until I've killed!
Now you're probably asking, George, why does this Dub H Dude bloke have a whole segment to himself? And to that, I'd say this bloke and his whole sort of subscriber count are responsible for most of the weirdness going on. Now, as a person, I think Dub H Dude's alright. I don't think he ever intends any malice against anyone, but he is quite a strange bloke, to be honest.
I swear, to impress Lavelle, you might as well bow every time someone says a word in the video, lest he think you are disrespecting SML. Man, even some of the Jeffy fans aren't this insane. It reminds me of a documentary I saw about the USSR during Stalin's Great Purge.
His content basically consists of SML reactions and reviews. His reviews are well put together, his reactions not so much.
SML movie, Jeffy goes to a Diddy party. Now, personally, I think it's a pretty bold move that they're doing this video, because, I can't believe they're adding Diddy Kong back in, finally, yeah.
Personally, I think someone should tell Jack Sims about WHG's reactions. Anyway, his reviews of SML are very, very critical, to say the least. When I first got into SML, his batch reviews kept popping up, and I created a little game to myself where I guessed what his rating would be for each video. Needless to say, I got them all wrong by a lot. For some reason, he and his sort of whole community, they rank SML so low. Now, that's not a problem in itself, you're allowed your own opinion. It's just, what got him so cynical? Apparently old SML content was better, but honestly in my opinion, SML content has been very consistent throughout. So WH and his community, they were looking at things with rose-tinted glasses in my opinion. But if you don't like the content now, then why are you still watching it and actively being a part of it? My theory is that SML is the only thing that gets some views, so it's easy to just follow along and make their fans happy. So WH is both SML's biggest fan and biggest hater. From what I can gather, the crew tend to ignore him really now. But to give Double a break, he has done a lot for the channel. He donated to their Patreon a while back when the channel got demonetized.
Hey, I'm doing a Patreon shout out, and this one goes to David. Great. Thanks for the $100. It was great.
Plus he created the SML Re-Uploaded channel, which is archives of all of SML's lost videos. And he's done a lot of research into the lore, splitting each things up into their own sort of individual eras. He even once made his own ending to a series that SML didn't complete. I don't think it was a good ending though, in my opinion. He basically inserted his character as the solution, and that was that. I'd call him a very sort of necessary sort of evil in the community, but he does make the community a whole lot stranger. He's basically the voice of all the Nostalgia Blind fans. Darkray, once again, made a big exposed video on him. Editor's note, I'd cut up funny half the script because Darkray made a second video just recently on WH, and it's a whole lot worse than the first one. Like before I was mentioning how he retweeted a few lolly pictures and how it was wrong, but he said it was a joke and he's learnt since. Has he really changed though? According to Darkray.
No!
Again, go watch Darkray's video. I haven't done enough research on this to say the facts. But the bare bones of it is, he's still reposting Lolly, and apparently he was going out with a 13-year-old and he thought she was 17 or something. Not looking good for Dub, honestly. Not looking good for Dub, dude. Had a nice little conclusion then, calling Dub and his fans alright, but just weird. Seems like that's out the window. This video is going to take a lot longer to make, so fun for me. So the new conclusion I reached is, Dub needs to first come out against these allegations. Second and most importantly though, he needs to take a little bit of a break from the internet. It also seems like he can't name anything other than SpongeBob and SML, and he's clearly got a porn addiction, so yeah, so I recommend he take a break, go outside for a bit, explore other things as well maybe, because one, it would help his mental health, and two, his very strange fans will back off, maybe try and find a new sort of voice, or just leave SML entirely. It would be a win-win for everyone involved, and maybe the SML community will be a lot less weird in the future. So to sum up, SML and its community is very weird. SML themselves can be strange at times with videos, but I don't think they meant to gather such an odd fan base. Do I recommend watching SML? Definitely. If you're someone who's on the internet a lot and doesn't mind edgy humour, then I think you should. Either that or check out Lavelle's music. It's insane catchy, it's really good. It won't stop the community from being odd, but if you have an open mind, you could really enjoy it. There are quite a few in the community that can bring it down, which is why SML is the strangest corner of YouTube. Once again, thank you for 100 subs. I'm not going to become an SML channel now, even if people respond to this. If you like this video or my personality, leave a like and subscribe. I make videos on basically whatever I enjoy, so... Also, check out the Discord. There's a new one now. I made a brand new Discord server. Once again, big thank you to GalExe. I probably butchered your name in this video, I'm really sorry. Check out all the links in the description, the channels that I mentioned in this video. I like most of them. Also, check out Stroll Defender's book. She's a very good friend of mine. And that's about it, really. Right. Like, subscribe.
Showtime! Alright, smells like updog in here. Okay.